Not quite sure what just happened to our music, but what's up, everybody? It's your boy, Sir Dre from the Bay. And with me, as always,
Lady Blue in the Bay. I see you let me introduce myself this time. Thank you
yeah,
for that.
you're welcome, and you can continue to do that from here on out.
Why?
Just because, that's because,
Okay.
yeah, just because.
Okay.
So anyway, yeah, welcome to Sport and a Smile. Um, we can get right toward what we were going to talk about, which is the bye week blues, which is tonight's title. Um,
Oops.
I really, I mean, I don't know how to, I don't know how to put my finger on this one, but the bye week can be, it's a downer. If your team's been playing on a Sunday, what are you gonna do? You gonna watch the rest of the football teams? Not really. I don't.
Well,
Um,
you didn't. Don't say you don't.
well, that's the reason. That's what I'm saying. I didn't, and I don't. Um, unless, of course, like there's a game that means something to the 49ers, then okay, I might watch a little bit of it. But basically, I don't watch any football on bye week. Um, it's depressing. I got nothing to wake up to. I can't put my game day outfit together. I can't get game ready. You I know I'm not the only one that feels like that, but when your team is not playing, it's depressing. It's boring. It is. If you're one of those people that like to put on, Sunday afternoon, Sunday night, or Thursday night games for your team, and you invite all your friends over, well, what you gonna do on a bye week? Sit at home, watch regular TV. I mean, if you're just a straight up football fan, yeah, you'll probably
Well,
watch.
I watched the Bills game. I watched like a little bit of like what we agreed to call the NFL.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, so I watched like pretty much all of the Bills game and maybe like the start of the Raiders game. I don't even remember what I watched.
uh, yeah. I don't know. I don't feel. I know this weekend I was just not in a mood uh, for really much of any kind of sports. Although I did watch the Warriors, but as far as football was concerned, yeah, I was
I
not
mean,
feeling.
I think I think the thing that I like about bye week is the fact that I don't have the stress of watching the 49ers. Um, you know, yeah, I said it when they played like Thursday night. It was nice to just enjoy my Sunday without having or being invested in whether a team wins or loses. Like now you did say, and we probably will get to it, like there's, depending on what teams win and what team loses, how does it impact the Niners? But
Yeah,
yeah, it was like nice just, I mean, I probably still screen at the TV a couple of times, but not really the intensity that I would if the Niners were playing.
yeah. I save all of that for just my Niners.
Okay.
The screaming, hollering at the TV, whatever. I save that for my boys only. Uh, but um, the only I was really hoping that I know the bye week is good for teams that need to like rejuvenate, get
Mhm.
healthy again, and everybody and the world knows the Niners needed this to rejuvenate, get healthy. Things are starting to click. They've won, I think, what was it, 4 in a row?
Yeah,
Yeah,
something like
something like that. So things are starting to click, and I'm hoping that when they come back this coming Sunday, they continue to roll like they've been doing and don't take your foot off the gas pedal. Um, I was really and truly hoping that the Cardinals could pull the upset of the year
that.
and beat the Rams, but no, that didn't happen. And now everybody thinks the Rams are the team to beat. In
Whatever. That's
yeah,
what I said about that.
it is what it is.
Yeah,
Okay, they got the best record in the NFC West.
for
Whoopee for now. Um, but now it gets to be crunch time. Uh, let's see if they can continue that streak. I don't really see it happening that way, but who knows? Stranger things have happened. Uh, but bye weeks, yeah, they're good for teams that need to rebuild, get healthy, go over new game schemes, go over new game plans, and look at a lot of film for the teams that you're about to play in the next few weeks. Um, but that too is another good thing about a bye week, I guess, is that you get to sit back, watch your TV, and kind of watch the games of the teams you're going to be playing. Take notes. See, you might see it from a different perspective as a fan, what the weaknesses are, what their strengths were, just stuff like that. I mean, just stuff like that. But I just didn't. I had the blues all day Sunday. You already know. I mean, we hardly
Mhm.
talked yesterday. Uh,
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, it felt
I
like,
mean, I get it. It's like, since what, October, this is pretty much how we've lived our life. Getting up, like you're saying, you picking out your outfit and having football Sunday. Um, and then to not do that. Yeah, but I know, do you want to talk about the wins and losses and the impact on the Niners, or do you want to talk about what you watched instead?
um, I'm not really sure what the impact is right now with the Niners because um, I think the
Well,
Seahawks.
I know they moved up to sixth place.
Yeah, as far as the NFC overall, yeah, we've moved from seventh to sixth. Um,
Yeah.
that's a good thing. Um,
Why? What is this? Google is trying to like correct me because I have a Google Doc, right? And I said the Sea Chicks won. So when I go to like it has like the little red line and the correction is Seahawks, and it's like ain't nobody told you to correct my grammar. I said what I said.
yeah. So really and truly, it doesn't really impact us much because both teams won.
Hmm.
Um,
Well, I know I posted a reel and I like went through it. It's like I apologize. I go to work and I'm like, I mean, I do my job, whatever, but then I feel like this is my job as well. So I try to like sneak in some like podcast stuff.
yeah,
And yeah, cause I posted a reel, I believe, of like, if you're a Niners fan, who needs to win, who needs to lose, or what the outcome of the game should be. So I kind of like went through the video and I, you know, did that. But yeah, I don't really understand or know what the impacts are, and I really never further researched instead of saying who won and lost.
yeah.
So
I
I
mean,
don't know.
it's getting to be that time where I mean, like I didn't really do any NFC um, like rankings.
Yeah.
Um, excuse me. I didn't really look at the impact of what the wins and losses were going to do for the 49ers. Like I said, I didn't watch any kind of football Sunday. I didn't even care about football being on Sunday. So
Mm.
it didn't matter to me. I just didn't have anything to live for yesterday. Um, anyway, yeah. So bye week blues. I know everybody gets it.
Hold on. I mean, I wasn't really blue. It was like, okay, I don't have to, I watched the Bills game. I enjoyed that. But after that, it was like, what do I do in my life? Cause I think that game came out at 10. Um, and then I think it went into the Raiders game, and then they weren't doing what they were supposed to do. So,
Of course not. Never,
yeah.
it never happens like that. Um, but I'll just be glad to see the Niners back on TV this coming weekend.
So
Um,
that leads me to my question then. What
okay,
did you watch? That's a segue into you talking about the World Sevens.
the World Sevens football. Let me tell you, people out here, if you have not heard of or if you have not watched World Sevens football, that is exciting soccer for just to use a term that you'll understand what I'm saying. The World Sevens football is a 7-on-7 women's tournament played over the span of a weekend. Um, this past weekend, in fact, I should have had this ready because
Better.
I'm going to say it was my first time. I never even knew what it was
So
about.
I know when you told me about it. So can you share with us like the format of the game? How
Uh,
is it different
it,
than
it,
traditional?
it's very different from um, traditional football. So there are no offside rules. Okay, so in regular football, you have to have a defender between you and the goal if you receive the ball. You cannot receive the ball when it's just you and the goalkeeper. You have to have a defender between you before you get the ball. After you get the ball, hey, it's one-on-one with you and the goalkeeper. Um, so that's one of the big rules. There is no offside. So if you want to cherry pick and just stand next to the goalkeeper all day, you could do it, and there's nothing against it. Um, let's see, what's another one?
The game.
The there's two 15-minute halves with rolling substitutes, meaning you are unlimited in substituting players. You don't even have to tell the referee you're substituting. You can just call somebody out and send somebody on as the match is being played. So I mean, it was in that aspect. It was a lot of fun to watch. It was different.
Sounds like it was fast moving.
Oh, absolutely,
I caught
absolutely.
one of the matches. I think the U.S. match.
Uh,
Or
let me see. I'm going to try and let you guys know what teams were there this this past because they've had it before. Oh no, they've had this tournament before in Europe. Um, and if I'm not mistaken, it was Club America, Deportivo Cali, Manchester United, Nacional, Paris Saint-Germain, mainly teams from the European and South American region. But this year, There were two American NWSL teams, Kansas City and San Diego, who wound up winning the tournament. Upset me, but that's okay. There was Flamengo, which is from Brazil. Um, who else was in this tournament? I should have been prepared. Club America was in this tournament this year. Uh,
So,
from Mexico, Club America.
mhm.
They're from Mexico. They were in it. There were a couple other teams, but it's a fast-paced soccer match, and um, the intros when they introduce the teams, it's like basketball. You call a player out by their name. Now the difference is in basketball, the players don't come out and do a dance. In World Sevens, when the women come out, they come down this ramp. But before they come down the ramp, they either do a stance or they do this dance or they get a combination. Two or three players do this. You know, it's a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I think it's still being
It kept
played.
you entertained all weekend long. Like you said, you didn't really watch any other sports. You barely focused on football.
Yeah, yeah. I saw that and I was like, what is this World Sevens and it said World Sevens football? I thought it was 707 football, American football. And then I turned it on. And it's indoor, not indoor. It's soccer, and there's only 7 players per team. No offsides. The field is half the size of a regular soccer field,
Yeah, I remember you said that.
and just the game moves really, really real fast. Lots of goal scoring, but at the same time, the quality of play is still high quality. Good passes, sharp runs, nice shots on goal, just great saves by goalkeepers. It was really entertaining. I was really, I was shocked. I was entertained.
I think, which is
Um,
a good thing because I like to discuss like a broad range of sports.
well, that's what we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we're here to do. Um,
So do you
so,
want to address the elephant in the room?
and
Stanford soccer,
I,
or
I,
Stanford football.
I,
Are you okay?
That's what I think about the Stanford game tonight. Stanford women's soccer team lost to Florida State Seminoles 1-0. Florida scored with less than 5 minutes left in the game in the match,
Mm.
and I, 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 in my opinion, as player coach, Stanford did not play Stanford football. They did not play. The passes were. I could. I am so glad I wasn't on the sideline with those girls. It was horrible. They couldn't string together enough passes to really penetrate the defense and get shots on goal because the passes weren't getting to where they were supposed to get. Players, instead of going to get the ball when it was passed to them, were waiting for the ball to get to them. That's not what you do. You do not wait on the ball to get to you. Um, it was just really, really, it was just a bad game. Um, so yeah, man, I'm really
I really
disappointed.
could have pulled it up.
I'm really disappointed. I was really, I was like all Stanford this year,
Yeah.
to win this NCAA Women's Championship, and then
That
they
would
go.
have been awesome.
Yeah, it would have been nice. It would have been a second championship in the Bay Area this year, but
Yeah.
now we got to wait and see who can bring home some gold for the Bay Area. I guess I will tip my hat for the Florida Seminole women's soccer team. That's championship number 5 for them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'll give them credit where credit's due. They actually, in my opinion, dominated the game. But the commentators that were calling the match were the other way around. They said Stanford was dominating, or had the majority of the momentum, and it wasn't. It was not Stanford's night. They just did not. They didn't play well. They just didn't play well at all. Yeah. So
Okay.
again,
We have a listener,
hello,
Sam I am.
Sam. I am.
That's what it says, yeah.
Yep. Sam I am. Welcome to the show. If you want to join us live and talk, you can join us anytime. If not, just kick back, listen, watch, or not watch, but kick back, listen. Maybe you can text in some of your comments if you want. Yeah, if you want to just let me see if this will work. Let's see. I'm going to send you a text real quick, Sam. I am, and if you want to go that route, you can text us. But anyway, we were talking about other than the fact that Stanford women's soccer team.
Yeah, and I will tip my hat off to them to getting to the championship because they had an amazing season up until
they did. They really did.
I'm sad that I didn't get to watch the game because I got off at 4:30, and by the time I got home, it was over. Their fate had already been decided. But yeah. I mean, yeah.
But it is what it is. I real quickly here, 2, 4, 6, 8. Real quickly here, I wanted to go back to the World Sevens football.
Okay.
The women's tournament. The teams that were in it were Flamengo from Brazil, Kansas City Current from the United States, Nacional from Uruguay, San Diego Wave FC from the United States, Club Tigres from Mexico, and AFC Toronto from Canada. Again,
San Diego won, right?
Yeah, San Diego Waves won the championship. Yeah, they look good. I have to admit they did look good. Not much you can say about them other than congratulations. But yeah, so speaking of which, while we're on the subject of football, let's talk a little bit about this upcoming World Cup. This is going to be huge. This is going to be a tournament of tournaments. Although, there's been a lot of talk about controversy and, what's going to happen when the teams play here in America, are they going to be like, ICE agents at all the games and this, that, and the other. I don't know. I hope not. I hope they just let this be the tournament that it's supposed to be. And I know it's going to be a good tournament. It's going to be a really good tournament.
I'm excited.
I
said I'm excited.
Yeah, so am I. I mean, we got a few games in the Bay Area there, and Unfortunately,
Have you listened to what's going to be played in the Bay Area?
I have a list here somewhere. It's I just had it. I just had it here. Um, let's see. Yeah, just wait. Whoa, 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 whoa. Come on. This thing keeps running on me. Ding, ding. Oh, we got a new follower also. Um,
Yes.
he,
Hmm.
he decided to follow.
Good.
Uh, he def- yeah, yeah, yeah. That's cool. That'll work. I don't have. I thought I had the list of the cities. Don't
If
you have
not,
that?
I mean, you look at this, huh?
Don't you have that? The games that are going to be played in the Bay Area?
I sent it to you, so you could talk about it.
I don't have. I can't find it.
Well, it's something that we can talk about Thursday, or yeah, something we can
Well,
talk
I
about
mean, I do want to talk about.
Mondays and Thursdays, same time, same channel. So, uh, either you'll find it sometime during this episode here, or we'll discuss it Thursday.
Either way, but I'll just go ahead and run through the groups in case you. I don't know if you were able to watch it. Uh,
You know, I was not because it was
so the
Friday,
group.
right?
This is one of the largest I have ever seen for World Cup. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10. There's like, I think there are 14 groups this year for a World Cup, and there's usually only 8, if I'm not mistaken. I think recently it's just been 8, and yeah, this coming World Cup is got more teams in it than there's ever been. Um, so I'm going to go through the groups while I can. Um, Group A, which is going to be led by Mexico.
Mm.
They have in their group South Africa, Korea, and there are 4 other teams fighting for a spot in that group.
I thought other teams were fixed already.
Well, yeah, yeah, but there are still, I think, 6, 6 teams that can make the World Cup,
It's confusing.
something like that. It's crazy. That's how many teams are in the World Cup this year. So right now there's 4 teams fighting to get into Group A with Mexico, South Africa, and Korea. Group B consists of, again, it's Canada, 4 other teams that are fighting to get in this group, Qatar and Sweden, all in Group B. Group C, I got Brazil, Morocco, Haiti, and Scotland. I'm worried about Brazil.
Why?
It just, well, one of our key players, Neymar, hasn't been healthy, and
Well,
according to what I was told, or what I understand, is that the coach for the Brazilian national team is saying that if you're not 100%, you will not make this team. If you are not 100%, you will not make this team. So Neymar hasn't been 100% for a while, and it's
what's wrong with him?
you know, probably typical injuries. Sore knees, soreness. He got just simple stuff. He just injuries happen,
Yeah, I know.
but I mean, not to say. I mean, it would be great to have Neymar play his last World Cup with Brazil this year, because I'm sure he'll be retired after that as far as the national team.
Because when he did the Copa last year, it was his last Copa, right?
Yeah.
Mm. See, no, I know a little something about something.
Okay.
Who are you?
What?
I didn't like that. Okay, and then you laughed at me.
Yeah. Okay. So you know a little something about something. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Back to the groups. Group D is the United States, Paraguay, Australia, and again, four teams still fighting to get into that group. Group
So
E.
I saw something on Instagram or online, you could say, where United States and Paraguay got into it before.
Oh yeah, trust me on that. Trust me on that.
So that'll be interesting.
That is going to be more than interesting because just like Brazil and Argentina don't like each other, yeah, you
What
know,
did Paraguay do?
huh?
I said, what did Paraguay do?
It's not anything that Paraguay did. It's just
Typical sport.
Paraguay plays a very aggressive game, and sometimes they play a little too aggressive. And some of the tackles they make are uncalled for.
Okay,
Uh,
now what is the tackle in football?
a tackle in football is when you slide to get
Okay.
the ball from somebody, and
Uh,
sometimes you get the ball. A lot of times you get the player.
mm,
It's called sliding tackle.
okay.
And that is what causes a lot of injuries because some players, unintentionally, catch a player by the leg or an ankle or, in the knee or whatever. But there are players that will intentionally put the cleats up in the
Mm,
air, cleats out, and go into a player's leg.
mm.
Okay, so, I mean, yeah. Yeah. And to those players, anyway, so USA, Paraguay, Australia, Turkey, four other teams are trying to get into Group D. Group E, Germany, oh man, what is the name of this country?
You have all day to
Caraco,
practice.
Caraco. Germany, Caraco. Who's the other team in there? Where are you? Oh, Ireland and Ecuador. Group F, Netherlands, Japan, Tunisia, and there are also four other teams trying to get into this group. Those games will be the teams that are trying to get into the World Cup. Those matches will be played. I believe they said in March.
Okay.
So yeah, Group G is Belgium, Egypt, Iran, and Netherlands, or not Netherlands, New Zealand. Group
Mm.
H, you've got Spain. I'm looking at the flags, and they've only abbreviated the countries, and I'm trying to remember what they. I cannot.
Yeah, all day to practice.
I anyway, I'm not going to embarrass myself anymore.
Okay. But
The,
we can post it on our social media pages, or we'll definitely come
yeah,
back,
but
swing back around and talk about the World Cup on Thursday.
yeah, the groups are set. I am truly looking forward to seeing what Brazil's going to look like if Neymar is not playing. I hope he does. I haven't really gotten a chance to watch any Brazil football matches because they don't show them. And I'm also not accustomed to having Brazil ranked number 5 in the world as
Mm.
opposed to number 1 or 2. So things are falling off a little bit for Brazil. Um, one thing I do miss about Brazil is the the fun they used to bring to the game. The ball
So when
had.
did that change?
It actually changed after they won their last World Cup in '92. Yeah, I think '92. They used to play the fancy football, the Brazilian football, fancy. You know, just really tight passes, smart runs. No look passes. It was just a fun game to watch. But now they've gotten, I think it's because of coaching changes, they've gone to more like a European style, which is, it's not, it's not a beautiful game. It's not Brazilian football. Brazilian football is like a samba. Everybody's dancing down the field, you
Hmm.
know. Um, and I miss that. And I'm sure every Brazilian on the planet Earth that loves Brazilian football feels the same way. They've lost that beautiful game, and they need to get that back because it's something that not only gives you an advantage as far as like being unpredictable, but sometimes you mesmerize your opponent because of some of the things you're doing with the ball,
Yeah.
and it's like, wow, I can't believe he did that. Yeah,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know.
I
So
see that like in the clips that or the reels that I send you, like, and I think that's kind of like what's attracting me to the sport of European football, or football as we decided to call it, or which is called, is just the fun and the vibe. Like, yeah, so that's, yeah, I'm looking forward to, getting more into like the World Cup and things like that. I'm still, oh, and that's what I wanted to say. I still, because I said, who did I say? Spain, and I'm still going to rock with you and rock with Brazil, but I may be looking for some more teams to kind of like root for, now that they've announced all of them.
uh
What is with the uh-huh? I mean, how many,
No,
because you have Brazil, you have Belgium, what other teams do you like?
I did not say I had Belgium. I have told you time and time again.
So you're just
The-
going to be a whole Brazil fan. That's all you're going to,
no. See, I told you many a times. Brazil has always been my number one team,
I understand that.
and my second team, should that fall through, would be Germany.
Well, let me stop because that might upset some people. Because we did have some listeners from Germany once.
Yeah,
Um,
we do. But
so,
those are the two teams. Those are the two teams I like to follow in the World Cup. Um, I'm 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 hoping that the United States can make it past the 16th round of 16. If they could make it to the Elite Eight, I would be, I would, I would, I don't know what I would do. Probably, yeah, if the U.S. makes it to, even if they make it to the Sweet 16, that is what we will hear in this country. That's what we will be hearing. But I just hope they do well. Um, I have not watched a lot of the World Cup teams, the national teams. But the World Cup is coming up, so yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye on the World Cup teams. Any news breaking out, I'll keep a note of it, and you know, keep you guys updated as much as I can. If you don't update yourself, maybe you know something I don't. If that's the case, you can
yeah,
come and bring it on to the show and let us know.
yeah,
Um, if
I agree. Because
but
As you can see, I'm more of, I guess you could say, like a casual watcher of sports. I'm learning. I'm in my learning phase. I'm in school for sports. We'll say that. I'm in school to be a sports fan.
Okay.
So anything that anyone can bring to the table in regards to like knowledge, information, maybe like say, hey, check out this team. It's a whole vibe because I am in the market to look for I won't say a new team, but other teams to root for. Because right now I got Brazil and Spain. By default, the United States team or America or whatever we're calling ourselves. Um, yeah.
Yeah, we'll get you there. We'll get you there.
Thank you.
As far as college sports, as far as Bay Area, there really wasn't a lot to talk about.
Well, I know basketball, like Stanford, I think, lost
The,
yesterday.
the
The,
women's team,
the men's basketball, I think, was like 74 to 75 or something crazy like that. Cal, Berkeley, I didn't really look up them, but I know when I looked this week and they were 8-1,
mm-hmm.
so they're still killing it on the sports field. I can go into women's sports if you are ready for me to do that.
Yeah, I do know that uh, the last game that the Stanford women's basketball played, they lost by
That's
3 to Tennessee. Um, and Stanford, wow, yeah, 75-74, they lost to UNLV.
mm.
Wow, yeah. So if you want to jump in with your women in sports, by all means, let's do it.
All right, so for those of you that are just now tuning into the show, I used to do a segment called Women in Sports where I'd either highlight an issue in women or women's sports, or I would highlight a woman, athlete, a female athlete in sports. But today, I am going to talk about the Golden State Storm in the Women's National Football Conference, otherwise known as the WNFC. So Golden State Storm is going to be the new flag football and tackle football team here in the Bay Area. They will be playing, I guess, out of Laney Field. And the season begins in March 2026. They're, I believe, currently doing tryouts now for players on both teams. So if that's your thing, do it. And I hate reading from the script, but I did, do my research, and I definitely want to bring, women in sports back, so bear with me. And interesting thing about the women's, what did I say? The Women's National Football Conference. It was just recently founded in like the last 5 years in 2018. They have 18 teams, and we got one of the best.
They got 18 teams already?
Yeah.
Wow.
And they have, we meaning Golden State Storm, got one of the best female linebackers. I believe she's flag football, but we still got one of the best female linebackers. Her name is, what is her name? Leilani something or other. Leilani Kamal. Yeah. So that's very exciting. And our head coach is Dallas Hadwell.
Okay. I have to do some research with that one. I had no idea. I had no idea.
Yeah, so it's interesting, and I definitely want to look more or talk more about the Golden State Storm because it's going to be their first year. I promise you I can really speak, and I speak very well. It's just sometimes words fail me. But yeah, so this will be the first year, and I definitely want to see them hyped up like we hyped up the Valkyries. Cause I just is women playing tackle football, something that, well, I'm sure women probably always play tackle football, but kind of like on the national stage, It's
Yeah,
something that is new, and I just found out that women even play tackle football, like on the national stage last year.
yeah, they, oh,
They're
yeah,
sharing the reels back and forth, and then to
yeah,
find out we're going to get like our own team um, is exciting as well.
yeah,
Uh,
I
yeah,
have watched some of those women playing tackle football, and they're not out there with aprons on. Let me just tell you that.
or lingerie, or some of the other,
Yeah,
yeah, they're playing legit tackle football, which I
yeah,
think is awesome.
yeah.
Uh, so we
Uh,
have a tackle team and a flag team. And I
okay.
think the thing that I love about these new Bay Area sports teams is and maybe
Oh, you springing out on me.
because they kind of like have the community activism or the community. I'll just say like community activism. So not only are they, providing like entertainment or sports for the community, they're also giving back to the community and helping out like the community as well as elevating women's sports.
Hmm. Well,
So
I got something I can add to your women in sports.
thank you.
Um, Launching in 2026 next year is the new Women's Professional Baseball League.
Okay.
And, and believe it or not, San Francisco has a team.
What is the team's name so we can
They,
start?
they, they, they don't state what the names of the teams are, but
Okay.
this is their inaugural season. Um, New York, Boston, LA, and San Francisco, with more teams planned. They kick off next year. I'm assuming probably in the spring.
So we're gonna be busy. We're gonna have to win the lottery or something.
Yeah, 'cause I would like to. I would like to. I really would like to attend some of these games for some of these women games. I think it will be a lot. It's going to be a fun. It's going to be fun to see how these things grow. But yeah, I just happened to think about it, and I typed in women's pro baseball, and boom, WPBL is kicking it off next year in 2026. So people keep your eyes and ears open for that one. Again, like I said, they don't give me all of the teams that.
Also, if you are like an athlete, or well, I shouldn't say aspiring athlete, because if you're an athlete, and you're of the game playing age, and you're good at it, try out. Like I said, we got a professional flag football and tackle football team out here. They are doing. I don't know when they're doing tryouts, but I'm assuming it's going to be soon.
We'll
And
get,
we're, like you said, we're going to get a women's professional baseball team, so that's awesome.
yeah. So the Bay Area is blowing up sports wise. Women in sports is blowing up in the Bay Area, and I'm glad to see that.
Me too.
It's been a long time coming, and I'm happy to see that it's moving in the right direction. Um, I do wish I got to bring this up. Uh, Rodman.
Yeah,
That
see, we have like mine because I was just going to say something about that. So go ahead.
I think the NWSL need to put it mildly, get your head out of the clouds. That's not what I want to say, but um,
Is
to
that Dennis Rodman's daughter?
I do believe she is. I'm
I don't think that has anything to do with them paying her what they owe her, but yeah, just can't because I knew she played a professional sport.
yeah,
Yeah.
but
So
I
I mean,
do.
it's awesome that she's as talented as she is, but I definitely don't want to see her go to a European league.
Well, you know what?
People from
She's probably going to.
yeah, I saw that.
She's probably going to. Trinity is a phenomenal player.
Yeah.
And yeah, yeah, she is Dennis Rodman's daughter. Um, I just think they need to just lay back and stop trying to prevent these women from reaching their full potential. If you want this game to grow in this country, then you need to pay the players that are bringing the people to your stadiums, that are putting their butts in your seats and buying the jerseys and buying the popcorn and the candy and the Coca-Colas and hot dogs and all of that to do. You got to lay back and let it happen. You denying this young lady a chance to get a good contract is asinine. I just don't get it. So if the United States, for some reason, loses a key player like Trinity, I hope the owners and the founders of the NWSL, I will not say what I actually think because I like to keep the show as clean as possible. But as far as that veto, that's all I got to say about that.
For those of you that haven't listened to some of the previous episodes, Trinity Rodman, she's on, what is it, the Washington Spirit?
Yep.
She's, I guess, like one of the top players at the top. Well, she is the top player in the NWSL. She's, of course, most definitely a top draw. So the team that she's on, the owners of the team were like, well, we, of course, want to keep you because they won the championship, right?
I believe they did.
I stopped watching after BSC was out. But anyway, she's like, the one of the top players in the league. So, of course, they want to keep her and offer her more money because now international eyes are on you. All the other...
Well, she's a part of the women's national team.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't... Oh, God. It's a mess. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Let that woman, let the team decide, the team owners, let them decide if they want to give her that kind of money. Let them give her that kind of money.
Yeah.
It ain't you guys are sitting on mounds and mounds of billions of dollars, and you're trying to keep this one young lady from reaching her potential by saying, no, we can't give her that much money. Well, you know what? If she decides not to play in NWSL, I wouldn't blame her. Go play in Europe, and when it comes to playing with the World Cup team, okay, come back and play with the World Cup team. After that, be done. Be done. Be done. And then let's see how those seats empty out because she's not there. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. If she leaves that team and goes to play overseas, she's going to get more than what you guys had offered her. I guarantee you that. She will get more money than what you're offering now. And because the owners and whatever league that vetoed it, you guys you just shot yourself in both feet. Now you got to crawl. Now you got to crawl because man, yeah. I had to bring that up because it annoys me. That really it irks me. It irks me that they would prevent her from making the money that she deserves. So with that being said, we'll keep a close eye on this situation. I'm sure something in the next 2 weeks is going to happen. She's either going to sign in Europe or ownership of the NWSL will, like I said, get their head out the clouds and allow this woman to play here. It's good for revenue, I'm telling you.
It is.
So what else you got for women in sports?
Sadly, that's it. Because I know when we did our episode Thursday, I said I was going to research Emma Coates, which is the new head coach of Bay FC, but the only thing I did was wrote her name down.
Yeah.
Because I went down the loop. I was like, oh, let me research Golden State Storm, and then that's what I did. But yeah, so BSC has a new head coach.
Yep. I heard her talking, and she is definitely from from England. She is a European coach, which I think is going to do wonders. A different twist on the game for BSC. Um, a big difference. A big difference. Yeah, I'm happy they got a new coach. I wish her the best. I wish BSC the best, obviously. Let's make a playoff run this year. Um, but we shall see. I'm glad they did find a new coach, and welcome to the Bay Area.
Yep.
Yeah, I think she's going to do well. I think she'll do well. But other than that, I mean, yeah, I'm pretty much done with what I had for the day or for
Right.
tonight's show. Again, we will be on Thursday
Yep.
with more information on all the subjects we spoke about tonight. And, Thursday, Sir Dre's predictions. I got to do my predictions.
Oh, that's what we were supposed to do. We were supposed to. Well, like I said, I'll do it tomorrow. Because for your predictions from Thursday, as of yesterday when I did it, you were 6 of 9.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like giving the full tally.
Yeah.
And like I said, I did have a little bit of hateration. I will admit,
Yeah. I'm hitting it on some.
I'm not looking for a new co-host. We don't need a new co-host. But I apologize for my last comments that I made on the interwebs.
No, we're not looking for a new co-host. But I am, as of yesterday, 6 of 9. And if tonight's game goes the way it should, I should be 7 of 10. So yeah, not a bad week for predictions. But anyway, we will be back Thursday night, same bat time, same bat channel, all that good stuff. More information on everything we spoke about tonight. New information on things coming up. Things of that sort. The Niners will be back next weekend. Thank you, God. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. So we'll talk about them as well. So yeah, Thursday should be a fun show. Again, like I said, we'll speak more about some of the things we spoke about tonight and some new things that are developing throughout the week. So with that being said, as we always say around this time, thank you very, very much for participating. Thank you very much for listening in. Please spread the word. Follow. Listen to our broadcasts. Just stay with us. That's all I ask.
More exciting things to come in 2026, I promise you.
Yeah, without a doubt. We will also be doing a end of the year the year review. You know, I look back at sports in 2025, not necessarily just the Bay Area, but sports overall. So that's going to be a fun show. We got a lot to do, and we're going to kick 26 off. Hit the ground running, as they say. So anyway, I am Sir Dre from the Bay.
And I am Lady Blue in the Bay.
And this is Sporting a Smile podcast. We love you guys. Thank you very much. And as always, keep sporting that smile. We'll talk to you Thursday.